I'm Dave Barber for Capitol Spotlight. Today we're coming to you from the third floor of the State House, Smith Hill, Providence, Rhode Island. And in these brief segments, we like to visit with a member of the General Assembly and discuss some of the things that they have been working on and its impact on you, the Rhode Island citizen. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to welcome back a gentleman who has appeared with us before, the Honorable Representative Scott Guthrie. Representative, good to see you and Happy New Year.
It's a pleasure to be here, and to you as well.
You know, I know a lot of you folks in the General Assembly are extremely busy, and many of you have your own pet projects and things that you're specifically interested in and work very hard on. And as the state deals with the budget problems that exist not only here but across the country, a lot of budgets have been cut. And unfortunately, some budgets have been cut that deal with the developmentally disabled, and that has you quite concerned. Tell us why.
Well, these are the neediest of the needy people in the state. I'm not sure we're going down the right road when we're taking money away from, for the most part, patients. Some of these patients, particularly autistic, actually go out and perform in the community they work. Aside from that, half of the funding that funds most of these patients is federal money. And when we cut state money, that federal money is also cut. I'm asking to restore the $12 million that was taken away, which could generate another $12 million and restore these programs.
So really, the $12 million taken away really means $24 million if it's an equal matching. So it's kind of a double whammy.
That's correct. And if you go back to about 2009, since 2009, there have been about $37 million cut from the developmentally disabled programs in the state.
Now, have you been holding meetings or hearings about this? Have you been getting feedback from the community as well as those people who benefit from these programs?
Yes, actually, West Bay Residential, which covers a little bit of my area that I represent, and I have several constituents that participate in it. They held 3 work sessions with legislators. They gave us the examples of how the funding would hurt them. They told us what the patients do, and they explained that it was really a devastating cut, and it's also possible that we may have violated the law. So in order for them to bring their message up to us at the State House, I submitted a piece of legislation. I've asked several community-based providers to come on up and testify in finance and explain to the Finance Committee and the General Assembly what their plight is and how best we can help them in the future.
As of this taping, what's the status on that bill right now as we speak?
It's been introduced and it's been assigned to finance. We should know probably within 3 weeks when hearings come along, and you can bet that I'll have a following that come and testify.
You know, when you mention $12 million, you'd like to see that reinstated. Is it fair to say that maybe some of these cuts are life and death type situations? Is it fair to characterize it that severely?
Absolutely. There are some patients that have to have 24/7 coverage. They simply cannot help themselves at all, and their disabilities probably cost a little bit more money, but when we came across what's considered an $85 million budget surplus, I think that maybe we went a little bit too far when we dealt with the DD program.
Yeah, that surplus was kind of good news in these tough economic times for our state.
That's correct.
Listen, Representative, I wish you the very best on your legislation. I want to thank you for taking time to discuss it with us, and I wish you the very best for the remainder of session.
And thank you as well, David.
And thanks to you for watching. You've been watching Capitol Spotlight from the third floor of the state capitol in Providence. I'm Dave Barber.